Now again, just like you can add styling to any of your components, you can also add styling using the React router. So if you see more of the router's documentation and API, you will see a lot of pointers on how you can style it, how you can give it a different color and things like that. So let's say we have an active style, which is again a property, and as part of the property what it accepts is a color. Let's say we give it a red color, so whatever is active we give it a red color. So when you click out here, you can see that the active color comes on the home, but it doesn't come on any of the other links. The reason being that we have not given active on the other colors. So let me just copy this active style and paste it on the other colors too. Now I have an active style on every of these elements, and whatever is active, that will show up that color. So let's say instead of green I want to make it instead of red, let's say I want to make it an orange color on the blog. I can change that too. So let it refresh, and when I go to orange out here, it'll show me orange color. So you can have a specific styling based on the links that you have, and of course you can generalize and use class names too. You can find a lot of details on how to style, etc. in the guides and the API docs. You can definitely go through it and make sure that you understand it. Now for the child components of blog, what we will do is, just like we have an app, we have blog, and we'll have a single blog. Let's say I have child components to blog called as single blog. Let's copy this, let's create a new file, let's say blog single, and let's save it, blog single.js. It saves it. Let's paste it, and let's replace this blog with blog single. Now the way you can add a new path, and this is usually a case when you have blogs in your website, what you usually have to do is you have to have a parent to a child relationship, which means from a blog page where you display like 10 blogs, and then the user clicks on one of the blog and they can see the content of that blog. Now the way it usually works is you have something called as a blog, and what we will do is we'll add some more properties to it, which is slash, let's say 123 is the blog ID or a post ID, and it should take you to that single blog. For now this will give you an exception, but this will work when you start coding it and adding a route to it. So the way you can add a route to a parent route is definitely by adding another indentation. So what you will do is, instead of making this open and close out here, you will end it saying route. Now once you do that, what you can do is copy the same route, paste it, let's close it out here, and instead of blog, let's call it blog single, and instead of blog slash blog, we'll make it a slash. And the way you define a parameter, or like a small number or a dynamic ID that you can pass in as part of the URL, is using a colon, and then you say the post ID, which is just the name of the parameter, because that's what will be available to you if you want to use the ID in fetching some data later on. Once we do that, it'll give me an error because I have not yet imported it. I should have kept that extra import at the start, right? That would have helped me from copying it now. Okay, now I have the blog and I display the blog. But when I do a blog 1, 2, 3, it still displays me a blog because I have the single blog. Let's say I am single blog. Let's save this. Let's run it. So when you have a blog, it's fine. The moment you have a 1, 2, 3, what happens? It still gives you the blog. Okay, so it displays the blog. Now let's try to copy the same thing that we have in the app.js, like 3 different links, as 3 different links that we want to see inside the blog template. So let me just open blog.js. Let's open the end file. Now in the blog, just below the h2, let's display the ul tag, which is ul, and let's copy paste this li. Now we will not do all, we'll just do 3, not 4. Let me just copy this, and now I have the link. So instead of 2, what I will do, a blog slash 1, 2, 3 blog slash 2, 3, 4, and I'll do a blog slash 4, 5, 6. I can do this as blog 1, blog 2, and blog 3. Okay, let's save this and it should start displaying the template. ul, what's the problem? Oh, this has to be enclosed in a div. So let's just make sure we have a div. Let's save it. It should refresh the screen. Link is not okay. The link needs to be copied too. So let's go to app.js. Let's copy the link from here. Let's put it in your blog file too, so that the link can be used. And now you can see 3 links. Let's click on 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, and it still displays the content. Now for it to display the contents in the blog single or in the blog, what you will have to do is just the way we had this .props.children, it should start displaying blog single when you click on it. You can see I'm single blog. Now when you click on blog, because it is again a child component of the blog. Now when you click this, of course this remains the same because you're using the same IDs. So that was easy, right? Where we started from home, then we moved on to creating links for different parts on our web page, and then we ended up having child components. Of course you can have this indentation to the level that you want, and you can dynamically create content too, which means from a database all you can have is this ID fetched, and then you can fetch the contents of I'm single blog, and that's how you can create your own blog. So I hope you learned a lot using the React router. Of course, we'll try to use this in one of the examples later. But if you need to practice this, make sure you practice. You go through the documentation out here. I will also share the URL for this out here in your resources. So please go through it. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me in the Q&A section. And I'll see you in the next class.